Someone commented, we pray that he transfers. Before Saturday would be ideal. I'll drive him, pack up his apartment, whatever. Yeah, that's just what I'm talking about. Clemson fans, they're done with this guy as well. I can't even say I feel too bad for him because it's nobody's fault but his. Oh man, we got an interesting situation that is currently ongoing. It is unfolding with Mr. DJ Uiagalelei, aka Uiagalelei. Oh, wait a minute. Forgot the intro. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas. My immediate reaction to this is I didn't see it coming, but maybe I should have because it does make sense. At the same time, though, it's a weird situation because DJ and Clemson, they're playing Saturday in the conference championship. So it is kind of weird to talk about this because in reality, we should more so be talking about the game itself. Whoa. Hold on. I know what you're sitting there saying. Yo, Matt, what in the crap are you talking about? Well, there's not a way to beat around the bush. It's being reported and said that Clemson's quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei, he's going to leave. To be 100% honest with all of you, I think this would be a great move because I think everybody would agree with me when I say this. It's not working out at Clemson. And I'm not even necessarily putting the blame solely on DJ. Although his play has been subpar, it's not a good fit. You can blame the staff, you can blame the offensive coordinator, offensive line, the wide receivers, DJ himself. Doesn't matter, it's not working. And as average as I think DJ Uiagalelei has been at Clemson, I don't think he's terrible. He checks off a lot of your boxes that you want for a quarterback. He's tall, he's built, he's a humble guy, and he's not going to cause problems. I could easily see DJ do exactly what Rattler's done this season at South Carolina. Leaves Clemson, goes to a different school that, yeah, maybe they're not title contenders, but they would value him. We're going to talk all about that. By the way, it's being rumored, and I think this is a reason as to why he's going to transfer. He may team up with his brother, who is also, by the way, a 5-star recruit. So yeah, it makes a ton of sense. And also, I got to show you a video where these Alabama players, they're sending messages to the College Football Playoff Committee. Or not really sending messages, but they send a message and I'll show you the video. As always, it's going to be a jam-packed video. You know how we do things around here. All right, Matt, blah, blah, blah. Shut the crap up. Now, without further ado, let's get into it. First thing is first, as we all know, the transfer portal chaotic mess, it's unfolding in front of our eyes. I don't think it quote-unquote technically opens until December 5th, but players are already going into it. We've already seen players like Cade McNamara. He was in the portal for what? 24, 36 hours, and he's already found a new school. So that is one of the benefits to the portal, and I like it. These players, they shouldn't be tied down. I get it, some of these players, they don't have to deal with adversity anymore, but the bottom line is, when your favorite head coach like Lincoln Riley accepts a new job, he doesn't have to sit out a season. I know it's not the greatest comparison in the world, but the players, they make the game what it is. They should be able to choose and decide where they want to go to college, and that's how I feel about it. Anyways, that's besides the point. I wanted to share this with you. Maybe the best name in all of college football, Decoldis Crawford, is entering the transfer portal. I'm sure some of you remember this guy or heard of his name because he was a trending recruit, I think about a year ago. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was a 4-star recruit. He winds up going to Nebraska, and I thought he was going to play, but he didn't. Everyone's talking about this guy. Let me know in the comment section, where do you think he should go, or where do you want him to go? Next up, I want to show you a picture of this, and I don't even know how to feel about it. A Tennessee fan tweeted out, Coach Heupel, I sure hope you stay for a while because you're on my leg forever, LOL. Told everyone I'd get this if we beat Bama, and I'm a man of my word. Yeah, I think you know exactly where I'm about to go with this. Matt, pop the picture up on the screen. Oh, that is the most Tennessee thing ever. I respect the guy for being a man of his word, but that is a pretty big tattoo. At least it looks big to me. I'm not a big tattoo guy. I don't have a problem with them, but this one I just think is extremely weird. Having another man's face on your body, that's weird to me. I'll give you an example. If he would have got the score tattooed, I would have liked that. That would have made more sense to me. But a big picture of Josh Heupel's face, aka Bobby Hill, I'm not a fan of it. Moving on to this one though, last but not least, before we get into the DJ Uiagalelei stuff, let me show you what Alabama's cornerback, Terrion Arnold, he posted on TikTok.
This is my message to the college football playoffs. Can y'all please let us in? Can y'all please let us in? Cause I got a point to prove. And we got a point to prove. And he has a point to prove.
You know, I like that they're having fun with it, they're trolling and whatnot, but on a serious note, maybe if you would have showed up against LSU in Tennessee, we wouldn't have to leave it to the committee trying to put us in. You had a chance to make the playoff, but you folded like an omelet in crunch time. I agree with this Bama fan. This is how I feel. As a Bama fan, I don't know if my blood pressure can handle a playoff run. I agree 3,001%. This year has been stressful enough, and I've actually enjoyed the past couple of weeks not stressing out and losing hair watching this Bama team play. Here's all I'm going to say about it, and we got to get a move on, and this may ruffle some feathers, but it's 100% true, and everybody knows this deep down. I don't care that Alabama's having a down year. I don't care they lost to Tennessee and LSU. Nobody, and I mean absolutely not a single soul, wants to play this Alabama team. I mean, come on now, don't be delusional. Alabama is Alabama. The one thing about Alabama, and everybody knows this, just like last year, they may not be a great team. This year and last year's team were good teams. I wouldn't say they're great teams, but they can catch lightning in a bottle. A great comparison is Tiger Woods and Tom Brady. Yeah, it kind of seems like they're in a decline, but everybody knows deep down, you just simply can't count out Tom Brady and Tiger Woods. You can't. It's a cardinal sin. I don't want y'all to get it wrong. I've told you the past 3 or 4 weeks, this Bama team does not deserve to be in the playoff. As average as this Bama team has looked throughout this season, I still think Georgia rather play a team like TCU or USC over Bama. I could be wrong on that. I know we got a bunch of Georgia fans watching. Let me know your thoughts on that. But finally, moving on to the main topic of the main encore, the main reason you clicked onto this video, we gotta talk about Uiagalelei. Good old Mr. DJ Uiagalelei. I think it's safe to say he's had a rough stint at Clemson. It's been shaky, wishy-washy, and also kind of strange. Because remember when he took over for Trevor Lawrence a couple of years ago? He was flat out awesome. He only played in a couple of games, but in those games, he was throwing for 400 yards. There was a ton of hype about him going into last season. Everybody thought he was going to be a Heisman candidate. And yeah, it didn't go so well, and we'll leave it at that. I wouldn't say he had a terrible season last year. I would just say it's average, and why it looks so bad is because Clemson, they're not average. They need great and elite quarterback play. So whenever they don't have a guy that's playing on the level of a Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence like they're used to, it does look bad. Taking a look at his numbers this year, though, like I said, it's average. 2,500 passing yards, 56 in the country, 22 touchdowns, tied 28th, 7 interceptions, 57th, and QBR 65.9, about at 50. Ladies and gentlemen, you see it right here in front of your eyes. That is as average as it gets. And I know it seems like he's had a really awful year this year, but when you look at his stats this year compared to last year, he's way better. In 2021, completed only 56% of his passes, but in 2022, he's completing 62%. Right around the same passing yards, 2,300, 2,500. And last year, though, this is the bad part, 9 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. This year, he's increased that a ton, 22 touchdowns to only 7 INTs. However, the one thing that looks really bad about this is in the big time games this year, DJ's been awful. I'm not going to go over all that too much, we've already done that. We're here to talk about the news that came out yesterday, really out of nowhere. I'm going to read this off to you word for word. It's being said or rumored, the new update on Clemson's quarterback, DJ Uiagalelei, he is expected to transfer out west this offseason, with UCLA being a very likely destination. Should DJ hit the portal, 5-star defensive lineman Mateo Uiagalelei, which is in the 2023 class, he is expected to become a package deal with them. According to this report, it's also being said that DJ could also go to Fresno State. Here's another interesting side note. So DJ's brother, he's not just a football player, he's also a music producer. I bring that up to say this. If he goes to UCLA, he'll have better connections in the industry out in California. For example, if DJ's brother goes to Clemson, the music career is probably over. That's not a guarantee, but y'all know what I'm saying. This is common sense. You're going to have more connections out west. Let me redrop this comment though. He's a great guy and the talent is there. He just doesn't run the offense Clemson wants to run well. He's a West Coast style passer and Clemson loves run pass option. DJ's arm talent is elite, in all caps. If he goes to the right offense that accumulates his talent, he will take off. Which as a Clemson fan makes me mad because if we're so, you know what, bent on him being the guy, why didn't we change the offensive philosophy to highlight his strengths? Wow, what a comment. I really like that. That is one of the best comments I've ever read. I couldn't have said it any better. And it's what I was talking about earlier in this video. Maybe it's just Clemson is not a good fit. And to be honest, that's what I think it is because we saw early on in his career, he can throw for 400 or 500 yards a game. So what happened? I think it's a great case and scenario of the pressure. It got to him and he started to doubt himself after he had a couple bad games and he can't get out of that funk. I think a great comparison is look at Tua Tagovailoa with the Dolphins. Tua even stated himself before his new head coach got there, he was looking in the mirror and asking himself if he sucks at football. Why is that? Because we saw Tua in his first year or two, he didn't really have a head coach that was backing him. You can't say the same thing for DJ though, because Dabo Swinney, he's all about him. So there's really no reason at all as to why DJ shouldn't be confident in himself. Everyone, or at least Dabo, believes in him. Take a look at this comment. I found it interesting. It's not DJ, it's Clemson's player development, which is terrible. Mark it down. DJ will transfer and get the coaching he needs to be successful. Clemson's coaching staff right now is C-. Someone commented, we pray that he transfers. Before Saturday would be ideal. I'll drive him, pack up his apartment, whatever. Yeah, that's just what I'm talking about. Clemson fans, they're done with this guy as well. I can't even say I feel too bad for him because it's nobody's fault but his. He's been given over 2 years to prove he's a good quarterback, and he hasn't done it. You can put the blame on whoever, Dabo Swinney, the offensive coordinator, the staff, his teammates, whoever, but at the end of the day, he's the one throwing the football. I never even considered DJ leaving Clemson until I heard all these rumors going on. It could make sense though, because I feel like he kind of feels the pressure of K. Klubnik sitting behind him, and there will be a quarterback competition going into the offseason. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. The only guy who believes in DJ is Dabo. But hey, I guess at the end of the day, that's the only person you need to believe in you because he's calling the shots. Let me know your thoughts on this. I think DJ going to UCLA or Fresno State, that'd be good because there's no pressure to go 10-2, 11-1, or 12-0 every single year. If he goes 8-4 at UCLA, they'll be happy. And plus, he'll be back out west, and that's where he grew up. I'm curious. Let me know your thoughts down below, but